YouTube, it's your girl Razia J, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time landing on my channel, seeing my face, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, thank you so much for the continual support. It means the world to me. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. It's a new year. It's 2024, and we have so much great things in store for this channel. Number one, we're going to address the fact that I made it to 1K last year, and that was the biggest highlight of my Christmas season. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys that hit the subscribe button and join the fam. It really was mind-boggling to me when I saw the numbers change because I thought it would never happen. So thank you so much for rocking with me. It means so much to me. On this channel, it's where faith, family, and social work intersect. I am a believer, military spouse, mom of two, and a macro social worker. And I use my platform really just to educate others on social work, the highs and the lows of military life, and how I allow my faith to inform everything that I do in my life. So if any of those things are of interest to you, consider subscribing to the channel today because it means a lot to me, and it really makes a difference for YouTube to know that my content is what you are looking for and that I have it covered. So if you can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be chatting it up today about getting into graduate programs with a lower GPA. I know it's application cycle and everyone is at the end of their journey of hitting submit. Some students are submitting January 15th, while others are going to be submitting February 1st. But I wanted to really put this video out there to encourage you if you were considering applying to a program, but you allowed your GPA or fear of not getting in keep you from applying anyway. I know when you go on a graduate application portal, you see the minimum GPA of 3.0 for most programs, and you're probably saying to yourself, wow, I really messed up in undergrad and I may have a few grades that brought my GPA down. It is okay. First of all, it happens. Everyone can't be a 4.0 student, and if you are, congratulations to you. If you're not, that's why you're watching this video. The first thing I want you to do is get out of your head about getting into a program and allow yourself to really look for schools that resonates with what you want to do as a social worker. When you do that, you put yourself in a better place to really, put your all into the application, including the personal statement and the interview. If your GPA is on the lower side, I will encourage you to look at your transcript and look at two things. What courses were your grades lower in? And the second thing, was it a particular semester where your grades suffer? That can give you two set of intel. If it's particular classes such as math, that has nothing to do with social work outside of the stats class, all is well. If it's not something that will impede your ability to be a social worker, or if it's not something that is in the social sciences, you should be fine, right? If you got a C in your chemistry class and all of your social work specific classes or your humanities or social science classes, you have gotten an A in, you are going to get into a program because they're not just going to look at your GPA collectively. They're also going to look at the grades for the courses that resonates with this program being a social work program. If your grades suffered during an entire semester, you can ask yourself, what was going on in my life then that caused me to not have focus? And then you can insert that into your personal statement or your interview to shed light onto why your grades suffer and what you have learned from that experience. So for instance, if your grades suffered in March of 2020 that would be the spring semester, and it brought your GPA down to like a 2.7 or a 2.5 or even a 1.9, right? You can speak to the narrative that there was a lot going on outside that impacted the way you were getting your education and how you were retaining the information and if you were healthy or not. There's a lot of things that you could allude to in your personal statement to shed light on why your grades may have suffered. For instance, let's say you became a family caretaker, or you became a parent, or you were moving across country. Anything that will take your focus away from your education that could impact your grades is something that you want to share in your personal statement and tie it into why you want to become a social worker, right? So in 2020, there's a lot going on. These are the things that impacted my ability to maintain my GPA. And this is what I've learned from that season or that semester. And this is how I plan on keeping this from happening again now that I have new knowledge on how things like this impact me as a student. Use that to your benefit, because that is what an admissions committee wants to see. Not just that you have a 4.0 average, right? But how do you take accountability when you don't do your best? And how do you grow and learn from that? Because we are a teachable profession. Another thing that you can focus on is making sure that the classes that you took that you got lower grades in, that you either retake them or you take the GRE. Prove that you are graduate school ready outside of your grades if they are low. And if you believe that you can't pass the GRE, just focus on selling yourself as a great candidate. Make sure you are tying in the mission of the school, the type of social workers that come from the school, and why you believe that this is the best fit for you. Oftentimes, students will shy away from applying to a program because they believe, hey, I don't have what it takes. I have a low GPA. And I'm here to tell you, low GPAs do get into high level programs, Ivy League programs. I have seen with my own two eyes people who are not 4.0 students get into programs that they never thought that they could get into because they are a goodness of fit for the program. They speak to who the program is trying to develop as a social worker. They speak to what type of social worker they want graduating from that program as an alumni. So there are so many things to consider outside of your grades. Yes, a 4.0 is great, but if you don't have that, you can still get into graduate school. Just stop limiting yourself. Use your resources of research and look into the programs that you want to apply to. And I will encourage you not to settle for a degree mill because your grades are lower. You can get into great programs, including Ivy League's programs, Brown, Columbia, NYU. You can get into the top 25 social work program if you market yourself as the candidate that they want. So if this video was helpful, give me a big thumbs up. I'm happy that you were able to stay with me for a while and see that you too can get into a graduate program with a lower GPA. And until next time, ciao.